Hi, welcome back to channel TrainStation 2. Having a tough fight in this second competition. It was so close. This number 2 is always tagging so near that makes me worry. So you can see here, while we have a lot of those items prepared in advance, event items are draining because after continuously delivering them, definitely be using them really fast. So sometimes you got to spend some efforts by leaving behind probably 2 trains to run some errands to fulfill all this ship's requirements, while you continue to send those trains to fulfill all these sailors' requests. Because I have a strong competitor, even though I started, as you can understand from a previous video, about 10 over hours late. I don't know why. Probably someone having the same mentality happened to be my group, and we are fighting neck to neck. Every time is probably less than 100 points differences. He's really taking really fast, and I don't know, probably not really sleeping too well. Getting really up close, and I think it's a bit scary because the difference between the first and second place is 100 event coins, and that makes a drastic difference whether do I attain that 1000 event coins legendary train or not. So I do really wish that I could able to unlock another region 1, i.e. Britain's this legendary train that is missing. So this is really a bit concerning me. I'm still holding on without spending a single gems. I really hope I do not need to waste any gems in the competitions, and let's see how the whole events turn out. So far still got as the point of so-called recording this, still got about less than probably a day or so. So we'll know whether in the next video whether I managed to succeed to stay in the lead. So my lead is always about less than 100. Sometimes it come as close as probably just 10 or 15 points ahead of the second place. He's always coming so close. The fortunate thing is that he didn't manage to overtake me, but every time while I've been struggling to achieve all these event items by continuously serving the ship's request, at the same time fighting to send to the sailors, it's so sometimes a dilemma. So you can see here some of the items are really dropping quite a fair bit. I do realize now they allow certain jobs to be beaten away, which is good because that allow us more flexibility. I'm talking of one that is from the sailors. There's no need to force us to fulfill every one of them. So those that you do not really have a lot of those event items, you could beam them away so they can generate ones that you have a lot of them. Those other stuff sometimes just pack up the warehouse space, and that would basically defeat your ability in terms of trying to create those requested items, because sometimes the ship's items is asking in really huge volume, and with limited warehouse spacing, and all being so-called occupied by items that is not being requested. So it's really painful, and you do not want to really throw away items that is really useful, especially the event items. For sure you will not want to throw away any of them, as well as the other finished products which you painstakingly sometimes take effort to make them through your factory. So this is something that we got to bear in mind. So try to beam away or so-called throw away things that you can get off just from one without need to manufacture. So for example, iron and coal are the first to go because they're just 30 seconds away. Likewise, if really need to, steel in small quantities, because as long as steel in a quantity of 40, you can convert them to nails, so you do not need to waste them. Or even logs, once it's 40, you can convert to timber, so you do not need to throw them away. So this is sometimes how I go about in converting all the steel to nails, and then free up the spaces so that you can get more stuff. You can see here really close. Some of the items you may just run out. but the other items are just occupying and wasting the warehouse spaces. So always continuously do housekeeping of your warehouse is important, and always plan ahead, otherwise you may be stuck. Having additional dispatcher is really important, so if you could unlock the additional dispatcher permanently, the 7th dispatcher at the level 150, please do so, and then that will help a lot. So Harry comes in as an 8th dispatcher, but as long as you understand, he's just part-time. So you can see here the quantity they ask for sometimes is quite huge, like steel. Good thing is that we do have a steel factory that we can go and collect directly, but the issue here is definitely warehouse spacing. So we've really got to plan how we're going to move stuff, otherwise things can't move. And you can see sometimes the restrictions of the deliveries are quite painful because of the train's restrictions. The quantity delivered is small, and you're just wasting dispatches just to dispatch a tiny bit of these finished products to the sailors. So a lot of planning needed, especially before you send the dispatch out, because once it's out, it's 1 hour away, and you can't really do much. So sometimes it's really good that you have make sure you have done all you need to do before you send your last 2 trains out. So you can if you have 8 trains to play with, you can basically use the 6 trains to send out first. So you want to catch the time slot. What I mean by time slot is that because the first one who clocked the points in the chart makes the top spot, even though both are the same points. So this is really crucial, and you want to leave behind 2 trains just to run the errands, to fulfill the ship requests and whatnot. Or if you wish to, you can run all 8 trains just to fulfill the ship request before you send out. That's another possibility, but again, you will basically lose out in terms of the clocking in the chart, because if especially you have a very close competitor, whoever clocks it eventually will win, even though both are the same point. So I just want to emphasize that again. So later on, I'm going to try my luck on the 100th penalties and see whether we can get off the missing trains in this region 4. Alright, so managed to have a gap of 50, and wow, so near. I thought I got something, so it's okay, just a common train. Probably gonna dismantle it, and then can use those common materials. So you can see we've got 4,000 of them right now, which is great, but money is something running short of. But you can see upgrading of a legendary train is so cheap in region 1, and it's very important you upgrade the capacity, because sometimes you do request they do request region 1 trains to deliver, and with this good legendary train, it's so cheap to upgrade. Please do so. So that also helps you in terms of the headquarters points itself. And I'm able now, I think, to basically craft a new item. It's called a plastic chair. So as you can see, I can make plastics right now, and I also found that in the furniture factory itself, I can make plastic chairs using 200 plastics. So sometimes along the way you discovered interesting things that you have not been doing, crafting new items, and as well as working towards those populations increase is also something that is quite interesting. And you can see here constantly trying to juggle the dispatches, sometimes because of the time. Your Harry part-timer will just go back, and you will need to wait for a couple of hours, I think 6 hours, before you can get him again. So some of the time just going to work with 7 dispatcher. Previously I only have 6, so it's even more painful, but now having 7 dispatcher makes a great difference. And waiting for this captains to request dispatch trains to come back, really something's happened. Happy to see. I love to see those trains coming back. So I'm not too sure about you, but it's so interesting to see these trains moving in to your stations, and especially those engine, especially the steam ones, you can see it coming out. Alright, so you fascinated by the train sound? Sometimes I do. I mean, looking at the trains and the sound that it makes and the smoke that comes up from the engine, it's really great. So almost coming towards the end of the video already, and I really wish you good luck in the competition. I'm not too sure what will come next, probably another event or a mini event, but indeed this Seaport event is one of the events I really love because of the trains I can get from the region 1 and 2. Alright, thank you for watching. Do like and subscribe. Goodbye.